Hi, and welcome back to Workflow Mania. This time we're going to take a look at two very simple sections of the system that are under the secondary navigation bar: service items and parts and labor. In the service items section, you can add, edit, remove, enable, or disable, and manage service items. We won't take the time to look at each section individually because they're all very similar. You can use the link here at the top left to add a new service item. But let's click on the edit link right here and take a look at the fields that are associated with each service item. As you can see, there are only two fields available. One is the item name, and when you're adding an item for the first time, the name is required. The second field is whether or not the item is active or deleted, disabled. You just click on the drop-down list and select which option you want, and then click Submit to save your changes. Now let's take a look at parts and labor. It works in very much the same manner. Click on the link at the upper left to add a new part. But for now, let's click on the edit link and have a look at the fields that are associated with each part. Part status is active or inactive. The vendor name is available through a drop-down list, and if you need to add a vendor on the fly, you can click on the link to the right to do that. The next three fields are all optional fields, but the first one there, if you choose to use it, Part ID, should be unique. In other words, there should be no other Part ID in the system identical to it. The next two fields are Low New Stock Trigger and Low Used Stock Trigger. These will either be 0 or the quantity that triggers the low stock on new parts or used parts. The part description is required. The location or bin is an optional field. And then you can put in some information as far as cost. The wholesale cost you pay for it, cost of a new item or cost of a used item, whether or not it's taxable, labor cost associated with installing it, and whether or not the labor is taxable. So once you've made your changes or you've put it in for the first time and you're ready to save it, click on Submit. So that's service items and parts and labor in Workflow Mania. Thanks for watching and be on the lookout for our next video.